And welcome back to video number 4. We're on the second part of the web applications process. We're going to test out our wget commands in the environment. Now, in this situation, I've actually created a lab to be able to follow for us with ChatGPT's assistance. So we're going to pull up our Kali box here to get started. Again, our target host is our Metasploitable client, and that client being for me is that .104 IP address, that is 192.168.56.104. Again, it may be different for you. So figure that out. Make sure you have that available written down somewhere so you know what the hosts are. You should be having that information association with the IP address ready available whenever you start these videos. So be sure to do that each time. All right, so we're going to pull up our terminal here, and we're going to do a wget of HTTP, because if you recall in our last video, we found out that port 80 is definitely open. We're using the netcat as well as the nmap scans. So we want to make sure that when we're doing this, that our focus is mainly on port 80. Again, mine is 104. So let's try this. See what happens. Ooh, index.html. Good deal. Okay, so we got the information. We got the index.html file. So this file here is like your home page. Whenever you go to a website, like www.google.com, what you're not seeing is a / index.html. So if you're like me and worked with GeoCities, AngelFire, things of that nature back in the late 90s, early 2000s, you'd be familiar with the index.html because that is the home page. Every file that you have, every website that you have has an index.html file that is associated with that main homepage. So that now that we have it, now let's go ahead and see what we can do. So let's see. Okay, we got it. So see right there, here we are, index.html. Make sure we have it, and then we concatenate the index.html. Hey, check that out. Look familiar? Hope so. And you can see right here, oh, TikiWiki. There's a TikiWiki thing. I love it. I love that word. Anyway, TikiWiki. Anyway, all right, so yeah, moving on. Now that we know that we got a copy of this, we're going to get, let's see, there's any downloadable files. Let's see, wget HTTP 192.168.56.104 uploads test. Oops. Not found. That's okay. Let's see if there's anything else. Not found. Good deal. Moving on to the next one. Let's see if we can find recursive download option. We're going to use a R. 6.104. Run. If you're seeing this go super fast, you're not the only one. It's quite a bit of information that you're pulling here. So essentially, it's downloading all of it's a recursive download of the entire website structure. Basically, you're going to be able to see from the top all the way down, inside and out, what is involved within this web application called Metasploitable. So it does take quite a bit of time. Now, the other alternative you can do to stop this madness is to do Control C, which will stop it to be able to, and then you can actually go back and do limit this a little bit so that you're not having to download everything. Let's see, one. We'll just do one. There we go. We've downloaded one area here. So we got from when I started here, this is the information. That's good enough for what you need for your recursion level depth. We're just going one area, one folder structure down. So, because it would take forever to download all of the information. Could you do it? Yeah, but it would take a lot longer. But you can see down here, we downloaded 6 files in 0.0001 seconds. Amazing. All right. So let's see if we can simulate a browser. Let's see. Header equals. Okay. Looks like that worked out good. And then now we can save all this information to a log file. That way we can use it for later to call up for your report. So 268.4-o mylog.txt. No, this may take a second. So yeah, if you think about this overall, you can use this information to spoof as well, doing a wget of specific bank sites. Or if you've been in one of my classes, you've seen how easy it is. You can just download the HTML single source HTML file, and it will have all of the information for the environment at your fingertips to be able to mess with, change, and whatnot. So wget is an alternative version of that. It actually does the crawling for you instead of having it all done from a GUI interface. Some people like the GUI aspect of it. Some people like the command line interface aspect of it. So you choose your flavor, however way you want to do it. So you can do it, since this is an Apache box or a Linux-based box being Metasploitable, obviously, we want to make sure we try the command line interface. But nowadays with GUI, you can actually go to the site itself, right-click the site, and be able to download that single source HTML file and use that as you will. So yeah, at this point, I think it's still trying to connect. I'm not going to sit here and wait for it for the time frame that we have on these videos. I'm just going to move on to the next one. Let's see what the next one we have in here is. So going back to wget, so we got the second half of the web application that takes care of the web application portion of the video set. And we're going to be moving into, the fun stuff, enumeration and enumerating SMB information. Well, yeah, good times. So moving forward, we're going to go ahead and stop the video here and move on to the next one, which will be enumeration of hosts. Ours being the 3 hosts that were called out within SOW, the server 2019. There's also a Windows 10 client and a lab computer, which they used Windows 7 Home. I mean, they're Looney Tunes. Can't, pass on that. So being loony, I would not use a home operating system as a VM, but hey, to each their own, especially for a lab environment where people can actually go into and do all kinds of craziness. Anyway, all right. Well, thank you so much for your time. Be blessed. Have a wonderful day. And thank you for your time.